It's awesome, isn't it? I mean, just seeing these two somehow prevail time and again. McLaughlin on pole, Van Gisbergen alongside him. Row 2, Cam Waters equalled that qualifying from the last outing of the JB Win Cup. 32 laps, 125 Ks. Get set for Supercars to glow against the Sydney night sky. Beautiful jump by both of them on the front row, but McLaughlin just inches ahead on the run down to 1. He's tucked it down nicely. Now remember, he's got more grip available, Shane Van Gisbergen. He's got to go the long way, and he tries to keep the battle alive on the outside. He should be able to outbrake, and he has. There was plenty going on in the back of the pack. Now Shane's overshot slightly on the cold tyre. It was an invitation for McLaughlin, but he drops back into second spot, Scotty, and he actually gets a bit of a nudge up from Cam along the way. Waters has got the soft tyre as well.
And here comes lead on the inside of Fabian Coulthard also. I'll tell you what, that was a really good start by Scott McLaughlin to get off the line and actually beat Shane to the first corner on a hard tyre. We didn't expect that, but how was Van Gisbergen's bravery as they're all out exceeding the track limits. There's no drama on the first lap, but they're all out past the yellow line on the right-hand side. Macaulay Jones on the soft tyre there too, so he's coming through.
Close to contact. There is more contact. It's only light through 4. Because they had to throw everything at it, including triple shifts, to be able to get the lighting job done. Now, is he up the inside for 6 now? He is. So for those that are not totally familiar with supercar racing, the orange light in behind the windscreen on Macaulay Jones' car tells us he's running the softer of the 2 Dunlop compounds. Off to a speedy start with a soft tyre and putting another one on. And that looked like a green one.
It was. So they're going for broke. So there's a few competitors.
McLaughlin and Dieter Swiley. McLaughlin and Dieter Swiley, they're coming out of the last corner now. You're going to come out right on top of you.
So Holdsworth's the man to beat. If he can get out, can he get across in front? These guys are going so fast, he won't get by. It's going to mean that it's a battle between McLaughlin and Anton. Can he get there? He's there. He's there with a fresh tyre. He just needs to balk it now. Park it up, park it up.
And he's only at 17 PSI, so those tyres are not up to temperature or pressure at the moment. That's going to make this next lap pretty exciting for Holdsworth. He's going to get a lot of pressure from McLaughlin down the inside, and he's going to snip him down here into turn 4. He may take Anton with him. So he'll cling on. These things will eventually click in, but it might be a little bit too late. Oh, he make contact into the left-hander at 5, and that forces Anton wide. So he cops a bump and redresses Lee Holdsworth and drops back in behind him. But he's got grip on his side. When they do finally come up to tempered pressure, Holdsworth is going to be very quick on a younger tyre with 17 laps remaining.
That was the move for the lead of the race, effectively. How close was that?
Disco spec lighting inside, just to get the right light levels in the cabin of that car. Turn 2. So he's home and hosed now unless something weird occurs for 100 points to pick up where he left off. And the same for Lee Holdsworth, who's going to put together back-to-back podiums, as I mentioned the last time we were out here. That's exactly what he did. There's some awesome battles, though, raging in this midfield, in particular this one. So Scott Pye, Chaz Mostert, Todd Hazelwood, and we've got Fabian on the big attack here with Macaulay disputing 7th as well. Fabian gets by, so that moves him up a spot. So Macaulay's just 1 spot in front of his teammate Nick Percat now. This is the run around the back of Corporate Hill for the last time. 1.3 seconds is the margin. Scott McLaughlin. So it's been a picture of concentration for McLaughlin, who, despite starting on the hard tyre, made a very strong start. It was a disciplined run on that hard tyre in the first instance, and he's been able to get onto the grippier of the 2 tyres for the back end of this race. And they have, with some preservation in the way in which they've been driving and the change in atmospheric conditions, to be able to stretch these tyres, remembering that Van Gisbergen, for example, got 20 laps out of his soft tyre. It is awesome work. It's another fine performance by Scott McLaughlin. He adds more points to the bank and moves his win tally on to 47 in his career, under lights at Sydney Motorsport Park.
We'll see you back in the lane.
And takes his win tally in 2020 on to 4. And Scotty's in the background saying, great strategy, great pit stop, and it was. It worked very nicely. Lee Holdsworth home in 2nd spot. Congratulations to Lee, to Tickford, to Truck Assist, and the group in that garage for the hard work. And they're getting a reward for it. Anton De Pasquale, nice work as well. Car number 99 for Penrite. Shane Van Gisbergen and Jamie Whincup in 4th and 5th. And this one looks like resolving in favour of Scott Pye now, doesn't it? So just outside the top 10, we've got Mostert 11, Pye 12, Hazelwood 13. There is Chaz, he actually skipped away a bit at the end. David Reynolds, Bryce Forward, Jack LeBrock. That's that group of cars resolved. They ended up, Mark, a pretty hefty chunk off the lead, so they're almost a minute behind at the end, 57 seconds.
Yes.
1.3 seconds the gap in the end. The fastest lap of the race was a 30.7 for Anton De Pasquale. And the last lap for McLaughlin was a 34 flat, 33.8 for Holdsworth, 33.9 for Anton. So it gives you an idea of the time spread. Nothing like the Hollywood numbers they achieve in Armour All qualifying, or any of the record numbers that we've seen. But all that counted in the end for this man was that he crossed the line first and he grabs the 100 points along the way. So that's an interesting one. We've seen quite a few people go about this in very different ways, and in the end, the top two at the end of it exactly the same as they were the last time they ran here in race number 9.
So great drive. It was a particularly good drive on the hard tyre. Reasonably conservative on the softer tyre later, and remember, he's got another set of softs for tomorrow. So's Van Gisbergen and Whincup.
So Lee put a lot of pressure on at one stage, got that gap down to 0.8 of a second, but at the checkered flag it was 1.3. Anton ended up just under 5 seconds adrift in 3rd spot to earn a fine podium, and that's excellent work for him and everybody at Penrite and Erebus Motorsport. They can be well pleased with that one. Van Gisbergen and Whincup 4 and 5 for the Red Bull Holden Racing Team. Cam Waters, Fabian Coulthard, Macaulay Jones, Nick Percat and Mark Winterbottom. Nice job. Chaz Mostert involved in some pretty wild battling out there. Scott Pye, Todd Hazelwood, David Reynolds, Bryce Forward, Jack LeBrock, those guys put on a great show. Heimgartner, Kelly, Courtney and Davison. James stopped very late, he only had 4 laps to go. He's got tyres in hand for tomorrow though. Hither, Jacobson, Smith and Goddard, the 24th car in the queue.